Hey everyone, this is Colin on the ASCA League channel, and here we are for Michigan Race 8 of the Pennzoil Pro Series. We come here, it is one of our few tracks on the schedule that are high-speed ovals, and Michigan is no exception. Last year we saw Jake Booker take the win. Looking to see maybe another past champion take the win, Jay Durrell up front in the starting order. Also on top of the point standings though with the 33-point lead over BRYAN Boone. And if you look back, the battle for the 20th position is only heating up. You have to make those point gains now rather than having to rely on making good runs later in the season. Here's your starting lineup. Jay Barker and Cody Russell occupy the first row, 10th and 11th in points. Not doing too bad for them. Brian Lenning, however, needs to pick it up. And Aaron Lukes rounds out row 2. Row 3, your points leader Jay Durrell and Derek Petrie in the 53. Row 4, Michael Jones and Blaine Keys for Hoffman Motorsports. Row 5, Stuart Bratton, an awesome starting spot for him, as well as Ryan Kendall on his outside. Row 6, BRYAN Boone on the next to Jay Durrell in the top 2. And Webster Zygarde. Row 7, Zach Carson, Daniel Voiles. Voiles trying to regroup after a bad week last week. Row 8, Kyle Collins and Cole Baker. Row 9, Carson Scott and Jack Newman after trying to rebound and get some more good finishes after 2 great road course weekends. Row 10, Addison Steinbach and Allison Davidson, a good starting spot for her in the Red Viper Racing car. Row 11, Ryan Dunn and Jesse Dalton, also good starting spots for Night Racing, by the way. Row 12, Rick Witt and Nicholas Smudio. Row 13, Nikita Rizkov and Martinsville winner Cesar Chavez. Row 14, earlier in the season's points leader Eric Willis and Arsha Sain needing to turn a season around. A pair of SFR Racing teammates occupy row 15, Zach Komosky and Tyler Selspin. Row 16, Kyle Singer and Nick Pursols. Row 17, Sam Rogers and Joseph Strigley for Double T Motorsports. Row 18, Matthew Brown and Daniel Maxwell, 2 guys that need to pick their seasons up, as well as the team owner. Row 19, Dion Scott and Jose Vaquez, Double T Motorsports teammates in the back. And row 20, Jack Porkins driving the 52 this week, and Brock McMahon in the final row, Jeremy Jones and Haley Wish trying to come from the back and do a good race here today. Here are the people that did not qualify for the race. And we're about to get ready to see the green flag. And there it is, green flag is in the air. We are underway at Michigan. And a great jump on the pack by Jay Barker as he pulls out to an extensive lead already. And wow, Cody Russell just did not know what happened. Brian Lenning tried to get underneath Russell, and it currently looks like, it looks like Lenning will get by the 77 car, the 2 ex-teammates battling side by side for the second row. However, the 5 car moving into position, Aaron Lukes having a great start to this race. National Racing has been rumored that their performance has definitely been down, but so far these past few weeks we've definitely seen some progress out of their drivers. And with Jay Barker leading and Aaron Lukes in third, I am not surprised to see people starting to turn their opinions back around. But how about this? Brian Lenning looking to make a move down into turn 3. Looks like Barker will stay on the high side. We're going to look out the front of National Racing's Aaron Lukes. Now, if you notice, this race is actually the beginning of something new for the series. We are trying a new downforce package, so that's why you see the cars running a little lower to the ground. And we decided to start the new downforce package here in Michigan because it is a more standard of the tracks. We wouldn't want to start it at a road course where we could see different results. But Michigan is more of a track that you can actually test things out. It's kind of like a temper track to make sure everything's going down. So far, the drivers have been loving it. There's been a lot more passing, and overall, the feel for the track has been a lot greater for these drivers. We're going to see Cody Russell here as he's trying to make his way back up after having a bad start. Russell was one of the top contenders in practice, so it was not a surprise to see him qualify up front. However, right now he is slipping through the pack. His teammate Derek Petrie on the outside, the Heineken Chevy, has been doing pretty well this season. And so has Russell. Big Motorsports has been a prime contender for the championship title. They were last year, and they'll probably be even more this year because all 4 of their cars are safely inside the top 20 in points. But however, Blaine Keys is trying to get his car up into the top 20. Well, actually, he is sitting 19th, but not too big of a cushion. And Brian Lenning's trying to get underneath the number 2 car. Currently shown with the lead, but it looks like Barker will get a good drive into the corner, and you see Lenning just can't get the good run on the bottom. His car will not stick there. So Barker right now holding off any fence for the lead at the moment, and Barker will continue his lead on the field. Some cars that had some bad starts in the back here. We see the 93, the 1808. But how about Jack Porkins trying to make a name for himself? He's already won in the Cobra Amateur Series and is considered one of the rising stars. However, this is not how he wanted his week to start out. Barely made qualifying, and just at that, like, he barely made it. But currently he's trying to work his way up through the field and try to find a way to improve his progress in the field, as the 52 car obviously being part-timed by Cody Smart and Jack Porkins this year. The orange scheme belongs to Jack and the red one to Cody. This is one of the cars that was on that team for Davidson Motorsports, or actually now renamed to Vincent Motorsports. I forgot to mention that last week. But for Allison Davidson, it's been about qualifying, and it still has been a struggle so far. Had a problem at Road America and did not qualify for the race. A little off-course excursion was to blame. The 17 car was left out of that race at arguably one of her fastest tracks she believed in. She thought she could have a good run, but it did not happen because she didn't qualify. Looking for a better result here, but it's not going well as she's slipping through the field. Here's Jay Durrell, the points leader, and this is a sight nobody wants to see as he is climbing his way to the front of the field, now trying to take 4th away from Derek Petrie. It is not a surprise to see Jay Durrell at the top of the points chart. In fact, it was a matter of when he would be able to get there, and so far he's managed to get up front, and not only that, improve his points lead by 33 points over Brian Boone, who, by the way, isn't doing too well here, as he is running outside the top 10 at the moment, so not a contender for the win at all right now. Zach Komoski, however, we thought he was going to be a contender for the top spot in time, but the road course has killed his progress, and in fact, he has slipped all the way back to the 17th spot after being up to as high as 3rd in the points. So just how fast things can change, and currently it does not look like he's gotten his confidence back up yet. However, this is the mental process some of these drivers have to go through. You have 2 bad weeks, you can't let that be the basis for the rest of the season. You've been doing really good. Don't let that become the downfall of you. SFR Racing has had a lot better progress going into this week than we saw at the 2 road courses. So now that we got those road courses out of the way, maybe they can start to make some progress. A team, though, that was hoping to make progress at the road courses, DW Motorsports, showed the opposite. They had terrible runs and currently not showing much better as both their cars qualified towards the back. We're looking at Matthew Brown right now, and the Mustang development crew is currently just trying to get something on track. They were hoping this downforce package could help their cars out a little bit, but so far the handling has not been there, and they are situated in the back of the field without any speed to get up to the higher, at least inside the top 20 at least. However, it's not been the case. Hoping that something will happen in the race, though, that will put them up there higher in the field. We were just talking about Brian Boone, and here he is, Bad Dad Racing car. It's number 70, as well as his teammate down there, Michael Jones, who's also had a really quick car in the past weeks. We saw Brian Boone get his 2nd victory of the year, the first driver to do two victories in the season, a lot earlier than we actually expected. And because it was Brian Boone's first victory, we didn't think he'd get another one for a while, approximately 2 years, which is how long it took him to get his first win. But the 70 car definitely showed he has what it takes to win, and he has came here to win. And he's actually started to push his way to the front, trying to get underneath Jack Newman right now, who's just behind him, contending for 2nd in points. Jay Barker, however, it is not even a competition. We saw him win shotgun on the field as he won the 2nd race of the year. However, after that, it has been kind of a downward slope. He's slipped to 10th in points, but if he can win here, it will definitely be a huge morale boost for the number 2 car, as there has been speculation on where he will be going after this season, and that is not confirmed yet. However, as we see pit stops are happening, Barker will lead the field in a little bit of a short pit strategy, as we see the 2 National Racing cars, as Aaron Lukes also came in behind. But Derek Petrie and Haley Wish coming in as well. So only 4 cars the first lap, and behind them we see pretty much about everyone else. There was one car that stayed out. I cannot confirm who that was, however. It appears to be Jay Durrell, so the person on top of the points taking a few risks. However, after it all, it does not look like it'll play out in it, like it won't play out increasingly in his favor, as Blaine Keys is actually taking the lead. A little bit of a slow stop by the 2 car, or it actually might have been that pit strategy. He pitted a little earlier than the rest of the field, and Keys actually was in the first group. However, I would like to announce that we have a pretty shuffled up pack, and if you see back here in 5th, this is Haley Wish. Remember, she came down in the first group outside of the top 30, and now with quick pit work, she is up to 5th. And talk about a good pit job here. Jesse Dalton slipping back. They put that car back into contention. Now he is running 6th, so an incredibly shuffled up running order. And in the wrong way for Jose Viquez, at least. Jose running back in 42nd position. This was after a speeding penalty. He got busted for speeding, had to come down pit road. And now he is on the verge of being lapped. Anyways, as we see Blaine Keys round the corner, we are halfway through the race. And Keys is on top with Barker trying to chase him back down for the first place position. Looking down through the field. A little bit of a shuffled up running order. I see cars like Addison Steinbach, Kyle Singer, Allison Davidson, cars that have dropped tremendously, including Zach Komaski, who had a very slow stop on that sequence of pit stops. However, we aren't sure if this is going to be it or not, because we probably will see one more set of pit stops unless someone wants to try to save their tires and try to make it to the end. Here's Eric Willis in the 26 car. Eric trying to regain the points lead that he lost, which was kind of confusing seeing as he had such a great car earlier in the season. However, things have just not been working out for him lately, and it's kind of been confusing as to why, as he was so good earlier in the season. Why isn't he now? But it could have to do with the road courses, which has plagued Zach Komaski, and we already talked about him earlier. Also, Allison Davidson has been slipping almost to the point of not being in the pits in the window anymore. We got a curious thing here, as Haley Wish and Aaron Lukes are actually going to come down early, and that's going to completely throw off pit strategy, because that was a huge short pit. That was about 10 laps after they first pitted, and that's going to bring everyone else in 2 laps later, Blaine Keys and Jay Barker. And it looks like Rick Witt is filling in 3rd. Now Jay Durrell will stay out again. Looks like Rick Witt and Haley Wish fill up in 2nd and 3rd. But as Jay Durrell comes out of pit road, look at who's coming by. Where did Rick Witt come from? And no tires is going to be the call on the 68 team. And this is how you shake up the running order even more. I talked about it, that we saw Haley Wish get up to 5th. Now she's in 2nd. And we see Jay Durrell in 3rd. And it looks like Dodges are now dominating the front of the field. And we didn't see that yet today. Haley Wish running in 2nd. Haley has 2 tires. And they managed to get her out very quickly. So, will we see Rick Witt? We have 15 laps to go. How will tires play into this? Rick Witt currently has a huge gap on the field, but that is with 15 laps to go. Can he hold out with such old tires? Although if we're talking about right now, Rick Witt technically does not have that old tires. They're only about 14 laps old, so we may see this be the winning strategy if Rick can hold off. And here's the guy that dominated most of the first half of the race. You see Jay Durrell, he tried 2 tires, however he did not have the quickest stop of all. And you see the cars who put on 4 tires are eating them up alive. Jay Barker went on by, and you see Michael Jones also up there. And Jones actually, he took 4 tires but just had an incredibly fast pit stop. And now we are riding on board Haley Wish, and Wish definitely should be wishing that, to try to pull away from these guys a little bit, because currently they are bearing down on them. And with 7 laps to go, look at the front view for Haley Wish. Rick Witt hasn't gotten that much closer, so I believe we may see a first-time winner for this season, at least, in Rick Witt, because I think he's going to play the pit strategy right. And it looks like he will. Out of the final corner, white flag is in the air. The Black & Decker Dodge is going to try to make it around one last time. However, there is no competition behind. Haley Wish has pretty much held up the 47's progress to try to get to the front, but talk about a great day for Dodge. And how about Rick Witt? He missed Martinsville due to a lack of confidence. This has to be great for him, as he is trying to turn his season back around. He just managed to crack the top 28 last week. Now is in 28th, 131 points back. However, this win will boost that standings for him. Checkered flag is in the air. Rick Witt will take home his third career win, and Haley Wish will get her career best finish of second place. Congratulations for those two drivers, but most importantly for Rick Witt, a win that definitely we didn't see it coming, but definitely well deserved, as it was about time we saw the 68 get back to victory lane. And Jay Durrell will round out with a fourth, despite taking 2 tires, and it looked like he was going to get eaten up, but it looks like the tire field actually ended up getting leveled out. Jay Barker, a dominating performance, as well as Blaine Keys. They'll finish 5th and 6th. Other cars through the field, Daniel Maxwell managed to get up to a 19th, and Matthew Brown with the 28th. Maybe not where they wanted to be, but that's definitely some progress for DW Motorsports. And how about Addison Steinbeck, Zach Kamoski? The Toyotas suffered today, especially Malley Motorsports and SFR. Those two teams need to bring their A game coming here in the next few weeks. However, for the points, Jay Barker climbs 8 positions to get up to 2nd. However, Jay Durrell only increases his points lead now to 47 points over 2nd place. And as we go down the points roster, Rick Witt with that win is now up to 19th. Drivers with problems like Zach Kamoski on the bubble. Anyways, that's all for now. The Pennzoil Pro Series will see you next week at Talladega. This is all for now. Signing out, the ASCA League.